when you're talking about wildlife trafficking, it's any time that wildlife is poached or taken or traded, and this is it's a big problem, and it's become an even bigger problem as time has gone on because of the internet. And it's really unfortunate, but it's something that we've had to address, and I've been very fortunate to be involved in it and addressing it. Well, actually, wildlife trafficking is organized crime, and unfortunately, it's often associated with other types of organized crime, such as human trafficking, such as drug trafficking, and that's what we find, and that's what's most disturbing because, as you can imagine, it's a big market and a very lucrative market, and that's why we're having to address this situation, and why we need to pay particular attention to it because it can have a big impact on the environment, on safety, and so many things in our world. Well, as you can imagine, those that are in short supply and extinct, those are the ones that are the most popular. I hate to disappoint those people who may follow Tiger King, but at the same time, interestingly, at least to me, the most trafficked wildlife is the pangolin, which is a kind of a scaly anteater that's found in Asia and Africa, and it's been trafficked so much that it's almost extinct now, and that's what we've got to guard against. That's why this is such an important subject. Some people may look at this and think, oh, why are we worried about this? Seriously, this is a big problem. Well, fortunately, we actually do work with other countries to address this situation. The United States has got with the Department of Wildlife and the State Department, and then we've got a number of other agencies that are working with international organizations and other countries to stop this. And actually, it's pretty impressive what we've done with other countries to try to stop this. And because, as you would expect, particularly in Africa and some of the other countries where a lot of these animals and wildlife is located, they are the ones who are suffering. A lot of them are coming over here to America, unfortunately, and that's why the cooperation has been good. I've been impressed with this. Well, certainly, as I mentioned earlier, what's happening on the internet, that is one thing and we've actually addressed this in Energy and Commerce Committee that I serve on, how we can address it and how we can approach it. And we had legislation. I was very fortunate to be able to lead legislation that passed in the NDAA, the National Defense Authorization Act. It was called Eliminate, Neutralize, and Disrupt Wildlife Trafficking. And what it did was to actually extend and expand the responsibilities of the agency that's in charge of this, of the Presidential Task Force on Wildlife Trafficking, which is a bipartisan group an agency that works to stop wildlife trafficking. So, whereas it is a big problem, I have to say that I've been impressed with the way that our government is approaching this and is addressing this, and especially the way we're working with other countries to address it, because it is a global problem.